recording started.
So, last we left off, there was a bit of a commotion in the gathering hall, so to speak, because some people would not call it a training room. It's not equipped enough, says a boy. Um,
Everybody look at Lex.
I mean, everybody
it's
look at
not.
Lance for challenging Lex to a spar in the first place.
And then go all out. You can't hurt me. You won't hurt me. You won't do it. And
The
then throws him
balls.
across the room.
Repeatedly.
Like a fucking insane person doing the same thing over and over again and making Lex just go, "Are you okay? Really?" But anyway, not the point. You guys have kind of spent the last week preparing. And some of you have prepared for other things, Helia, Aster, while others have been preparing for a certain birthday party that they're going to.
Ah.
As for as for most of you, currently you are waking up to the sound of birdsong. It is peaceful and mostly quiet if you ignore the birds and if you ignore the very early risers getting in some study time in the libraries nearby and not being as quiet as they probably should be. But you are currently waking up in your dorms, which I did put you guys in your dorms if I could fucking move the token. Who's the first to rise?
Tsubasa, probably.
Alright. What does Tsubasa do?
How close is it to the birthday thing?
You will be leaving via teleport line to get settled in tomorrow.
Okay. So, he gets up, and I guess he decides to study for. Well. No, I don't think he'd be studying because, it's tomorrow.
You will be, like, settling in tomorrow. The birthday party is not tomorrow.
Yeah, but they're still having to leave tomorrow.
Correct.
I don't care if it's instant teleport. Travel is still exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But, he gets up and he does consider studying, but after a bit, he decides to go to the kitchen to at least get a glass of water. Just wandering out. Trying not to wake anybody else up because he's well aware just how...
Tsubasa,
What?
you hear the incessant, like, bird chirp pecking at the door. Just tap, 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 tap. Let me out.
He's going to quietly go over to the door and just sort of open it up a little bit to check.
There is now a bird leggy in the middle of the door.
Are you wanting
Just
to...
It's the insistence of a bird who has been in a room too long and is just extend leg. I'm out. You can't catch me now. The zoomies, essentially.
So has Junebug just zipped through the door or just leg in the door?
There's a leg in the door.
Tsubasa stares at it for a moment before he just sort of looks over to where Junebug is probably staring at him from and just, do you want out?
Do you know that one gif of a hole in the door and just Elmo's face smashes into it?
Yeah.
It's that.
Tsubasa is going to reach down and pick up Junebug as he opens the door the rest of the way, and then just quietly closes it to try not to wake up Razz, and it's just like...
I think Razz is well awake.
Is Razz awake?
She has got a pillow over her head and is groaning.
Yeah.
It's the bird owner vibe.
Yeah, he's just going to pick up Junebug, close the door, and then just take a few steps away with Junebug in his hands, just like, if I put you down, are you going to cause trouble?
Beep.
I'm going to have to roll an insight check for that one.
Do you?
That's a nat 20, so...
That bird wants to cause so much trouble. This is Razz's child through and through.
Yeah, Tsubasa just stares at Junebug for a good long minute, just... I don't believe you.
I think also to prove a point, after Junebug is taken from her room, Razz most certainly does throw something at the door. Thank you for getting the fucking bird out of here.
Tsubasa's just... He's going to go into the hallway with Junebug now, and it's just... How about you get some food and water first, and then I'll let you run around the kitchen.
Beep.
That sounds like an agreement to me. It just starts going on. Just...
There's just... Your hand is like being lightly nommed on.
He's not bothered by it. He's letting it happen, especially if Junebug isn't actually hurting him. Because I imagine it's got about the same amount of force as a parakeet.
For now.
For now, yes. Just as he's
I was
walking.
about,
What?
I was about to say, have you ever met a chocobo? None of you have, no.
Of course not. He will, after a little bit, it's just like, Junebug, please stop. You'll be put down soon.
There's now a bird trying to hide inside your sleeve.
Okay. He's going to just sort of like lean towards the table, see if Junebug hops out.
Much like a parakeet, realizing that they can be by themselves for a bit, just hops out of your sleeve and just sit.
He just gives Junebug a little rub on the head, little head rubs, before he goes to get himself some water and Junebug something to eat. Just, that's a good bird.
Beep.
He'll just sit down at the table after he has some water. And I don't know, chocobos eat bird seed, yeah?
Sure.
Helpful.
To be technical, they eat gishel greens.
Okay.
Which is not a thing you guys normally have access to, but I'm pretty sure a certain bird owner might have snuck some in from the farm.
Tsubasa with his fucking 24 perception.
It's not the only thing they eat, per se, it's just the healthiest.
Yeah.
It's the default healthiest, is what I mean.
He'll get what he thinks is right, finds the greens, and then just... It's just like, this would be better. And just puts them on in a little bowl or something for Junebug with some water.
This will resonate with some of you. Have you ever seen a bird try and be polite and then realize they're hungry? Like, you have given me food, I like you. Also,
Just nom 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 nom. Just
Who's up next?
I'll go next.
Arthur. You wake up to, notably, the only other thing in your room that you haven't placed there yourself or by request of Lex is a note on the bedside table.
We can go look at it, obviously. Yeah.
It simply reads in Lex's handwriting, though his more formal type of handwriting, less than his normal one, that he is going to go see a teacher that he trusts, with no other explanation.
Would I know this teacher? Would I need to roll to know this? If that, you know.
I know what you mean. Yes, you would, but you'd have a lower DC than the others.
Okay. History, right?
Mm-hmm. He's been visiting the time studies teacher pretty frequently since everything has happened. Especially since you got back from when he was dazed and was talking about Skylight Kylam.
Mm-hmm.
You have a feeling it relates to that, so it's probably he's going to visit Avery. Though you don't know why he would trust Avery, having only met them once. To your knowledge, at least.
I'll ask about it later. We're also gonna go to the kitchen.
Why do I suddenly get the feeling that Lex's phone, like Lance's phone, is still on? Like you can hear it through the door. Like that's how asleep this motherfucker is. So it's just walk past the door, the fucking phone is still playing music out like a light. That's how out Lance is. Because he's recovering from being thrown against the wall.
Yeah. Tracks. It's blasting Beyonce.
Naturally.
It's like
Arthur, you get into the kitchen and there's just a very happy bird chewing on some gishel greens. Very happy. Fat happy bird.
And a mostly awake Tsubasa watching the happy bird.
Good morning, Tsubasa.
Oh, hey Arthur. Good morning. Junebug was wanting to be let out today.
Were they making a ruckus?
A lot. Razz actually threw, I think, a pillow at the door after I got Junebug out.
Beep.
Excuse me. I at least told Junebug that they could run around a little bit after they ate.
Beep.
That's great for them.
Now if only I had speak with animals.
If a literally if the like Hi Verno.
It's me. I can be here for about an hour.
Nice.
Alrighty. So everybody's currently just waking up. So
I also have sent you some information so you can look at that later.
alrighty.
I can
So
combo with this.
So, Arthur and Tsubasa, you have a very happy chocobo chick just eating gishel greens.
Tsubasa cannot resist the urge. He reaches over and gives the tiny beak a poke.
Bite.
I deserve that. Ow.
They are eating! Why would you do that?
The
Nom.
urge was too strong!
Nom.
Arthur, do you do anything in particular? Or are you just waking up for the time being?
I'm just waking up for the time being.
Iris.
Hi.
Target
It's
spotted.
me.
Is Iris already awake by the time the school bell starts to ring?
What time is that approximately in the day?
Around 7:38.
7:32 or 7:38 specifically?
7:30 to 8.
Okay.
Around that
Yeah,
time frame.
Iris is definitely up. She gets up at like 5 to 6 every morning.
Should have kept it at 7:38.
I think that would be really fucking funny.
It
so-
would be.
Regardless, you are awake right now, and you're hearing the rest of the dorm that you have lived in for a while now with Aster wake up slowly.
Probably goes to each room and was like, "Good morning."
She's not going to find Arthur and Tsubasa in their rooms.
That's fair. No, I'm not gonna move her around to do that, but just make sure that Iris knows.
I have a question for you. If you were up at like 5:36 in the morning, make a retroactive perception check for me.
A fucking what?
Retroactive perception check.
Will a 19 be enough for passive?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Time
Awesome.
to roll.
What the fuck is Lex doing? Perception, that's a 9. 26.
Yeah, you noticed pretty early in the day there was more shuffling than normal at that time of day, even with Lex normally being awake at right before dawn.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't to go train. You heard the door to you've begun to recognize which doors are which in this dorm now. And you've recognized the sound of Arthur and Lex's door opening. And you expect it to shut and be quiet for a little while until you hear training, but then you hear the front door open and he's gone before you can catch up with him.
Awesome. Cool. So, whatever the fuck Lex is doing, I should be suspicious of, I presume.
It's up to you.
I'm squinting. Iris isn't gonna, like, actively go after him, but she is fucking looking.
Just the bombastic side eye.
Yeah, she's probably
Bombastic
going to
side
be, it's probably gonna be fucking words looking at, like, looking for him when the bell rings, probably. So if it reaches that point, yeah.
He has been gone since practically the normal time he wakes up until now and hasn't come back.
Yeah, Iris is gonna fuck off after him. Concern.
Nerd?
Concern.
So you say hi to everyone, realize he's not back, and just go, weird. I'm going to check in on that.
Yeah. Basically. Wait, do
So-
you want to see, like, the same image as that bombastic side-eye? Because I have it.
Yeah?
I feel like this should be an emote at some point.
Okay, so You're off to search for Lex.
So,
Do you stop and tell anybody?
Who's in the group right now? I'll probably stop and regrettably tell Razz because I know she'll be the loudest about it.
Sure.
Just like, I keep zooming in and I don't want to. Okay. Do-do-do. 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 Stops by the room. Razz, are you up yet?
There's a bit of a groan on the other side of her door.
Iris is like, good. I'm going out to look for Lex. He went out earlier and hasn't been back yet. Please let everybody know if I don't come back soon.
I think upon the mention of Lex being gone for a unusual amount of time, she does roll out of bed. Perhaps Iris hears a bit of a scruffle. Skitter.
Dump.
Yeah. Like, cause it's a literal roll. Like, she
I'm
doesn't
obsessed
quite
with her.
think about it. She just like hauls herself out of bed before she can think long enough to go back to sleep.
Mhm. When she comes over and opens the door, Iris is just like all smiles, big grin.
Raz's hair is sticking out every direction. There's drool on her face. There's sleep in her eyes. Just,
Good morning.
where did he go?
I
You
don't know. That's why I'm going to look for him.
She holds up a finger,
Yes.
shuts the door. There is a very quick ruckus.
Looney Tunes.
What the fuck is she doing?
He opens up the door, dressed poorly.
You're not coming with me.
Is that so?
Not right now, okay? I need you to warn everyone else. If you'd like, you can catch up with me after, alright?
Squints.
I'm giving you an option. Take it.
Perhaps were it not before 10 in the morning, she would be more indignant about it. But she is not made for the mornings.
Okay. So that's a good sign. Iris is gonna fuck off and leave. Sorry about that, Chief. So wherever
Razz,
she is.
like,
I did not mean to move it up there again. Okay. Kuri! Anyway.
I think my favorite bit about that is that you didn't check in with his charge.
The fucking Toro? Yeah, no, Iris doesn't think about that at all.
No, his charge, the person he looks after.
Oh. Nope, she's not going to. She forgot.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
And
Razz, what do you?
Razz can warn Arthur. It's fine.
Yeah, warn Arthur. Razz, what are you doing?
it takes her a second. She's still in like mismatched like socks and no shoes and in a weird t-shirt and like just not quite ready for the day. But she does go. There are two options here.
Oh Christ. There are two options here, and she's going to pick the worst one.
Well, I think I think She slips on some slippers, pulls out her phone, texts the group chat, just don't know where Lex went. LOL.
Arthur will probably say he's at he's talking to the time teacher.
The time teacher, all right, she bursts out. She starts going out the door because she
Jesus
needs to
Christ.
talk to him anyways.
Iris is like, God, man.
Kicks the door.
Did Arthur hear that? Any of that loud sound?
Yes.
Yeah, all of you
Cool.
did. Anyone who's awake did.
He'll probably do that thing where he pushes himself from the table, like, well, I think I gotta catch you later, unless you want to follow. So,
I guess Tsubasa's going to be picking up the birds, just like, okay, this is happening, I guess. Let's go.
I love that gif, actually. Tala. It's fine. We're good. Everything is okay. I'm normal.
Are you?
No!
So what are you guys doing?
Well, if the group chat has claimed, Lexus with the time teacher, Iris is objectively going to check that first.
Delightful.
Awesome. I
I'm
feel
actually
like I
getting
shouldn't
that
have
right
done this.
That's me with all of the things you guys do to try and catch me off guard. Maybe I shouldn't have done this.
I just find it hilarious
Well,
that Iris went from literally 0 to 100.
What? Huh?
Your immediate reaction was not to go. Iris's immediate reaction was not go ask Arthur.
She forgot. She also is often worried about Lex because he's just secretive. So she's like, That's my excuse anyway. I forgot that Arthur existed.
Nice.
This is a lie.
Well, Arthur and Tsubasa are now in the hallway in clear view of the doors.
Iris like, oh. Hello.
What are you guys doing?
Going to look for Lex.
he's not lost. I know where his location is.
I did see that, yes. It's more so that he hasn't come back in quite a while, and I'm a little worried.
I
But-
understand, but I know that that's... I mean, when he gets into something, he's really all in.
Do you know what Lex is doing right now, Arthur?
I said he's talking to the time teacher. I don't know specifically. I was probably gonna ask when he came back.
That's, Mr. Salem, right? Did I get the gender right?
Isn't that Avery, though?
I
Professor
don't-
Avery?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know anything about that class.
It's
I
a
need
fourth
steak.
year one.
I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
Yeah, Tsubasa is staring at Iris just like, isn't that supposed to be one of your classes?
Iris sweating. It's been a long few days.
It sure has. You weren't here for the exposition part, but about a week has passed.
I was like, was that like a fucking in character or just an out of character thing?
Out of character.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Tsubasa is going to look concerned because Iris had been working on the Iris and him had been working on the present for
Mhm.
Emily, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I believe it's basically done by now.
well, they're leaving tomorrow, so I hope it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tsubasa just stares at her for a moment, just like, I wasn't too much asking for your help, was it?
No, no, of course not. I just don't get sleep, ever. She's like, smiling.
That's not healthy!
You ought to do the opposite of that.
Yes, and be like you, I don't think so.
Wince really hard.
Anyway, we should... Well,
Are you still worried about Lex?
a little, but I'm
We can
sure
go
it's
check on
fine.
him.
Mm.
If that'll mediate a little. Mediate?
It might, actually. Well, we don't have to check on him, but we should at least check on the teacher. Heaven knows it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But I do have to get to class soon, so... Shrug.
Don't we have a group chat, though?
Yeah.
Beat. Why didn't I just text him?
Tsubasa over here having the brain cell, apparently.
Oh my god, Iris did not roll high on the brain cell check today. She's gonna put into the chat, and I'm gonna do this literally and figuratively.
Iris just pulling out her gummy phone, just like, Lex, are you okay?
Lexi!
I want you to understand. It's the most. This is the most chaotic thing I've accidentally done.
What did you do?
No, it's I introduced one aspect of mystery with Lex, and you guys are just like, oh god. Except for Arthur, who's just like he'll tell me when he comes back. Like
You know exactly why
Tsubasa's not
Iris
worried.
is going, oh god.
Tsubasa over here is not going, oh god, either. He's just looking at Arthur, just like, what is happening?
You know exactly why Iris is going, oh god.
I don't know what you mean.
Fuck off.
Tsubasa does
I
still
haven't
have
done anything.
Junebug in his hands, by the way. Is Junebug again nomming on his fingers?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. After a little bit, he just sort of pokes her on the beak. It's just like, you need to stop that. That's not nice.
Slower, more hesitant nomming.
Another gentle poke.
Bites your finger.
No!
Ow.
Just the most offended. No!
You've offered an alternative.
Anyway.
Junebug is about the size of a hand, yeah?
Yes.
He just slowly puts his other hand over top of Junebug.
Okay.
Bites the side of your hand.
Ow! Also, please check muted VC for Ren.
Okay.
Naturally.
It's been a while since he's responded, but you know what? I'm going to trust Arthur here. Apologies.
Tsubasa with just burp jail.
If you want her to stop chewing on you, give her some spicy chocolate. Loves
I
that
don't-
shit.
But
Bird.
Yeah, no, Tsubasa's not hiding. Well, I mean, Junebug is currently encased in his hands, kind of, just like, naughty birds get darkness.
Junebug goes to sleep.
You underestimate her power.
Oh my god. Ren, you good?
I'm trying to find something.
Oh,
There it is.
okay.
Found it.
Yep.
Are you looking for?
Tokens.
Crimes. Got it.
What do you expect from me?
Crimes.
Be gay, do arson.
Let's not do arson, actually. So yeah, Iris is gonna, stay in the dorm until she has to go to class or whatever she's doing on the campus right now. I forget if she actually graduated or not.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah. Go into her classes.
So are you guys actually going to go see Avery?
If it's not a good time to do it, it's not that deep, but
I mean, it's not good. It's not a bad time. It was just a moment of like, you're extremely worried. Let's calm down.
Yeah. Let's take a moment.
Iris
Let's
wasn't
breathe.
extremely worried, but
But
Lex was
Razz-
gone for longer than his allotted time, apparently. I'm joking with you.
that is what you said.
I said he was gone for a longer time than usual.
That's true. I still think like over 3 hours is a considerable amount of time to, get nervous about. But not like
To be fair, aren't we also all aware that Lex has Lex is the prince's bodyguard?
yeah, that might also be a thing.
So do you want to visit the classroom?
The one on?
yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Iris is
Okay.
not going to. I will mute.
Alrighty. So you guys leave the dorm with Iris kind of slinking behind as in a kind of sheepish manner of I should have asked, but also in that manner of I have things to do. And letting you guys take the forefront of the matter. Razz, you don't exactly know where you're going as you had only met Avery and by extension Salem once before when you were in your first year. Their studies are late third year and most of fourth year.
She
But-
pretends she knows where she's going.
And for a little while that works. But one of the teachers realizes that you're looking for probably a fourth year teacher as they're on a different part of campus for that specific reason. And you are guided to where you're supposed to be, rather the hallway you're supposed to be in. Do you let them know you're trying to see Avery?
Yes.
So you say Professor Avery, or that you're searching for Professor Avery, and there's a pause from that teacher. Specifically, it was your druid teacher who had paused. And she shakes her head and just says, "Yelfin, and leads you to the time studies classroom. Do you knock on the currently closed door with no sound behind it?
Would Razz knock?
That's what I'm thinking. if nobody stops her, she's just gonna try to open it.
Parser will probably knock.
Yeah, Tsubasa will be just like, hold on, there might be something going on in there.
Do you open the door first or do you knock?
I feel like the wombo combo of Tsubasa stopping Razz and Arthur knocking. Probably
So-
stopped.
Alright. So you knock, Arthur. Do you announce yourself? Or do you just knock?
I don't know how I would do that in a way, so I'll go with just knock.
You knock, just a gentle tap, 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 but it echoes and rings in a way that it probably shouldn't, even with it being a massive double door. Like, it is grandiose in that way of it can only belong to one of the most profound and most wise of teachers who is revered and respected. And the door creaks open, and you see behind the door, by a little margin of, like, literally, you can't see past this dude, and you barely recognize him from your first days of being introduced to the teachers. But it's Salem. 6'3", built like a fucking tank. Has a severe fucking look, as if he would kill you with his eyes if he could. And then just, can I help you?
Yeah, we're just here to check on Max.
You see him look behind himself, and there's a distant chatter of someone? It doesn't sound like Lex. And then he turns back to the door and goes, he's alright. Better than usual.
Oh, okay.
I thought that wasn't an hour, was it? No, we haven't.
Kinda.
We haven't even been recording for an hour. Vernal just had to go.
What do you need him for?
He's been gone a while. Let's just check on him. From me personally, Zon.
We were not only checking on him, but he was here, so it was kind of a excuse to come ask you about a thing or two or three.
Tsubasa just fucking intimidated Squeak in the back.
Salem looks between the three of you and tilts his head ever so slightly, as if he's trying to gauge your intention. Like, no roll necessary, he's not hiding it. He's definitely trying to gauge intention. Roll history, the three of you.
This, my...
Oh.
Oh, 18. And then Razz.
It's funny how the oldest one of that group is unable to recognize who this is. Salem, for the other two of you, not including Razz, Salem, for the other two of you, you recognize him as the battle studies teacher, the tactics professor. Knowing who is in the room, when they're there, and like everything that they're capable of is kind of his whole deal. So him gauging your intent and stance probably is him making sure that you don't do anything stupid. However, you have heard he's a pacifist. You don't know if that's true or not.
It's definitely
So-
not something Tsubasa wants to test.
Arthur's gonna snap his fingers and he's gonna be like, oh, tactics.
Yes? What about it?
You're sizing us up right now.
Yes.
I mean, what do you think we're here for?
I think you're honest to your intent, but I have to make sure that everyone who comes in here has no threat to my husband. And steps back. And you guys can place yourself at the door. Over here.
Razz just kind of looks at Salem and just, I promise I'm not gonna bite your husband.
He'd bite back.
Can we not do
And you
any
wouldn't like it.
biting?
I was promising I wouldn't.
And then, with a delighted noise from across the room, there is a hop down and going, Ah, you're late for tea.
We're late?
Yes, late. Absolutely, the most late you can be. And walks forward.
Tsubasa's just like, I didn't know we were supposed to be having tea.
You're not. Really? Maybe we got the wrong one. Usually not, though. And keeps walking.
Confused noises.
So what are you here for this time?
Hello, I am Razz. I have a question.
Oh,
we were checking on Lex, but he was here, and you're here, and I needed to talk to you about something called echoes. What? I need to know what they
Make
are.
an insight check, as Avery doesn't exactly shift expression, but something changes.
Can I insight too?
Yeah.
God damn it.
wow.
Arthur's
Worried about
not-
different things right now.
Arthur's just fucking not paying attention.
No, I roll nat ones as this person has nothing to hide. Derogatory.
Does
Razz, you're the only one who picks this up. Because the DC was 25.
Ah!
So, Razz, as you say echoes, there's a minuscule, barely noticeable twitch of the lip downward. In a ever-present, not grin, but cocky smirk.
Though he doesn't verbally comment on it, there is like a very like physical like expression of her like looking directly at that little twitch and then back up to Avery's eyes like perhaps I shouldn't have come here. Not saying that, but just kind of that vibe.
And then just terribly late. Such rude manners. And turns and starts to walk. You'd think after all the things that I've done, you'd be able to just show up on time. At least the little boy understands manners. And Lex, who you realize from afar has been dozing off where he's sitting, and he doesn't fall asleep around just anybody. And Avery takes a seat next to the dozing off Lex, who is very slowly coming to awakeness. And Salem starts to walk past you guys. And you realize, Jesus Christ, has he been breathing at all? Because he hasn't made a sound.
Do I need to change the music?
You might want to change it to something more, not solemn, but strange sounding?
Okay, no, you know what, I'll just do the magical whimsical one. Problem solved.
I can send one to you.
What happened?
Because you're gonna realize the tone of this really quickly.
What happened to this not being a lore-heavy session?
Hold on. Why isn't it not working?
Hold on, let me. One of the ones you sent me before? Yeah, okay. New.
You're going to realize the tone of this really quickly.
Alright.
You weren't supposed to chase after him is the problem.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why we all did that.
You can leave. Nothing's stopping you. I just think Razz is determined now.
I mean, talking to Professor Avery was already at the top of, like, her list. Because of the stuff that happened last session.
If Tsubasa leaves, though, I'm not going to be able to do anything else until this scene's done.
It's up to you. If your character would not have interest in this, then don't force them to stay.
Well, no! He does have interest in this because this is new information. Just. Don't worry about it.
You don't always have to be there to get new information. You can trust your party.
I'm not. No, he would be there though. He would want to hear it too. Especially if he's already there.
Okay, so how do you approach the situation? Seeing Lex barely awake around a person that you didn't think he trusted.
What, me specifically,
Especially-
or just all of us?
All of you.
Probably ask a question specifically tied to also the side quest thing. Zan's question wasn't answered, right?
What wasn't?
Zan's question.
What was the question?
Just that I needed to know about. Without really alluding. I've come into contact with the concept. Need to know about that.
There's plenty of echoes. Echo here, echo there, echo location. They're all terrible with manners, though. They like to sneak in. It's all up in the head, and taps his head.
Like,
Hello, Nia.
like our heads, or does it like connect us to elsewhere? Like in theory, not in theory only.
Naturally.
What about an echo of a person?
I believe you call those memories.
But what if it's not something that's happened?
What a fascinating prospect. Could you tell me more?
In theory. Only in theory.
You're making it hard to believe that it's only a theory, if you
It
insist.
isn't. It is a theory. It's definitely a theory. She does insist. But what if you were to hear a version of your friend? She looks at Lex. doesn't sound like them. That doesn't feel like them, and you can't see. It's nothing they've said to you before in any way that they could have said it to you. But you know they're there.
That is quite the fine echo. Have you tried putting a hat on them? Maybe then you could see them.
Have a hat. I don't know where to put it. If I would have, in theory, been able to find them.
Avery crosses one arm underneath the other and just taps the side of his face in that manner of thinking for a moment. How should I put this? You've run afoul of time. Or so the theory goes. I worry. Maybe you're going to run down the wrong rabbit hole, hmm?
What's a little bit? Why would it be happening? Why would
Well,
those rabbit holes be available at all?
well, I'll have you know, time has been awful lately, but I can't get into that with any of you. After all, it's just my studies. And Avery reaches up and very gently places a hand on Lex's head, and he just leans slightly closer to Avery and falls back asleep.
Is he doing that naturally or sleeping?
Both Salem and Avery look at you when you say that in a very, like, what are you talking about way.
I don't know if that it's not magic, right? Because he doesn't do that.
Doesn't do what? Sleep?
Yes. Now you got it. Sleep around.
No wonder he looks so awful. He looked ready to collapse when he walked in here.
Could the echoes of a different version of somebody affect that somebody?
Salem glances at Avery, and when you look from Salem to Avery, there's a brief glimmer of concern. Visible concern. In theory, yes.
It was an echo of Lex, but it wasn't Lex.
You're correct. If you're in the wrong rabbit hole, none of what is in that rabbit hole ends up belonging to you or to the other person. So, what matters to you may not matter to it. Terrible, terrible manners. And looks down at Lex, who is fast asleep and unbothered. At which point Salem speaks up and goes, I believe you're starting to wear out your welcome.
I have a question.
Hmm?
I know you don't deal particularly in dreams. Right?
He glances at Avery, who looks curious, openly, but doesn't say anything.
What would it mean to travel to another, I'll say, world line through your dream?
I'd say you experienced another echo. Because usually only dream walking is only a thing only the highest of level of mages can do. Or if you're stubborn enough.
Tsubasa is starting to look a little worried in the background. Just remembering Leith.
Avery narrows his eyes at the three of you and kind of scooches closer to Lex and make an insight check.
I used up all my good rolls already. Wow, we really just went 13, 14, 15.
It's hard to discern, but it looks vaguely protective. You're not sure. Avery looks vaguely protective at this current moment in your eyes towards Lex. As you guys are speaking of echoes and looking nervous of your own memories.
He's not looking nervous about the memory. It was the dream walking thing specifically that made him remember the encounter with Leith.
Mm-hmm. It is the nervousness after a definitive motion of something being amiss that is making a teacher worried. They're not speaking, just one of them looks nervous or worried or concerned, and the other one, Will Salem, is relatively still impassive, just looking between the three of you.
Dream walking is normally something that someone does on purpose, yeah?
Correct.
Can it happen if someone does it on accident?
Huh. I guess if something can be done on purpose, it can be done on accident as well. So I suppose so.
Tsubasa's over here not sure if he should be worried or concerned that it happened to him, or just it's not a bad thing if it happens on accident, is it?
Oh no. If anything, it just means that you're talented. Most people go insane from that sort of thing, so if you lived through it, then you're doing just fine.
It also could mean you had some encounter with some weird people.
That too. And just smiling again.
Man, I just had that thought now. That's great. Cool.
What?
Encountering, the paradoxes.
Do you guys say anything else about it?
I don't think I have anything else.
you want us to go, but is he gonna get hurt from this? Points to legs.
All of your passive perceptions are over 18, right?
I've got
Yes.
24, so yeah.
I think I'm right at 8.
Alright, that's enough. As you say, is he going to get hurt from this? You see Salem take a step back, and Avery's eyes narrow, and though they don't stop smiling, you swear you heard a growl like a dragon.
We're just,
Razz suddenly wants to throw up.
Tsubasa does speak up, just like, we're just worried about him.
You don't need to be. He's under my care.
But he's still our friend.
Said that?
Tsubasa?
No, the who said don't be worried. You don't need to be worried.
That was Avery. If he is your friend, then what has he told you?
Not everything.
Clearly not. And looking directly at you, Arthur, and it is a horrifying feeling of, even for you who is reckless and determined to a fault, for a second you feel like you're 6 again, getting scolded by your father. As soon as it's the clearly, and gaze turns to you. Then he looks away, and that feeling fades. As far as I'm concerned, you guys have made him unable to sleep. And as a teacher, I can't abide by that. So whatever you guys have gotten into, at least make sure he can sleep.
Yeah.
Do I have your word on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
He's made us a man. Regardless.
And with a gentle tap on the side of the head, there's Lex. I need you to wake up. And it doesn't look like magic. He doesn't seem to be using any magic. It's just, even from this distance, the tone is gentle, warm. The sound of a parent waking their child up from a deep slumber. And Lex, almost on command, just goes, huh? I was comfortable. And just notices the three of you and goes, oh, hey, why are you guys here?
Just asking questions.
Like what?
Time's kind
Oh,
of weird.
Oh yeah, Professor Avery's really good about studying time. They've been helping me with my dreams.
That's good.
And just stretches for a moment and goes, have I been gone a while?
Not too terribly long.
And hops down from the small perch of the stairs and goes, well, thank you, Professor Avery, for listening to all that. I know it must have sounded insane. Navy just waves a hand. I've heard far more insane. Been through more. Get some rest. You look terrible. And just... yeah. It's easier to sleep in here for some reason. And walks over to you guys.
Guess we should head off.
Lex will follow you guys. Razz, how's the computer doing?
It's a little sassy, but
Just
Takes a step
while
forward.
you guys are walking, Lex turns around and walking backwards a little bit goes, "Bye, Professor Avery. Bye, Professor Salem. See you guys another week." And just keeps walking. So you guys head out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys head back to the dorms?
Sure. At least I won't.
By this point, everyone is awake. And probably hearing the door open. My computer's being sassy now too. Amazing. So you guys hear the door open down the hall. Does anybody rush to greet them?
Aster will. Where do you guys go?
We went to ask the time teacher some questions.
Oh, did it go well?
I don't think he likes. I think he likes legs. I don't think he likes us.
There's not a soul in this academy that doesn't like Lex.
Rightfully so.
That's not true, actually. Haha.
Give us names and we'll make it true.
I don't need you guys to fight my battles.
I know, I'm just playing with you. Speaking of... Lex,
Yeah?
no bullshit, you okay?
Fucking loading GIF. You've just called him on not doing dumb shit with the way he talks. I think it's the pause that gives him away.
Got it.
But he still says, "Yeah, I'm alright."
No, you're not. Okay, people don't pause for that long. But that's okay, bud. We love you the same. And then he's gonna walk up to Helia's door and knock gently.
Hey, Lex, can I ask you a question privately?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's go into the room.
And just steps up to you. What's the issue?
How do I word this? Uh, what were your questions for Avery?
Oh, I was having some really weird dreams about Scalad Kylum. You know that
Really?
place you were talking about a while ago?
Yeah.
It was like I was there.
Yeah, I had a dream like that, except not Skylight Kylan.
Really?
Yeah, I was talking to Mom.
Don't you normally do that?
Well, like, physically. I was there. Well, I'm not there.
Oh. That must have been weird. I'm sorry.
Well, just, I was a little taken aback. Got me a little confused, turned around, but... I mean, did you get your answers?
Yeah, I did.
Same.
Is that what you were concerned about?
I'm always concerned about you, the same way you are about me, so, you know.
I guess. I don't think you can match up in my department. You're always doing something to get yourself hurt. And just grinning.
Touche.
Shouldn't we be getting ready to go to Tsubasa's family's whole thing?
Yeah, we should.
I don't have much to pack, so it's all on you. And just smirks.
Mm-hmm. I guess I should get that started.
So, Aster and Helia.
Oh,
What's Aster doing?
he's knocking on Helia's doors, going, Helia, Helia, like full Big Bang Theory Sheldon style.
What?
Come on,
Come on, what?
we're going,
Going where?
girl. I did not free up a weekend just so I can make sure we go do. We're checking the records. The
Aster,
Vapors.
genuinely, what is the point? We leave tomorrow. Why not wait until after we get back?
Because if we wait till after we get back, are you gonna have the energy to do anything when we get back?
No, but I also don't want to be focused on anything else when Tsubasa's invited us to have a fun time at his sister's birthday party.
Okay, then can you come with me to do something? That is
Sure.
not that. Cool. Important question beforehand, though. You're not intimidated by the Grand Master, yeah?
Why would I be?
I don't know. Apparently that's a thing.
She's just a lady.
Like it's a gross oversimplification, but yeah, she is.
Not really.
I feel like as soon as Healy opens the door, Aster's in the middle of doing the, like, Legend of Korra. What the fuck? Hand motion?
Stare from the shorter person.
Yeah. You open the door really quick. I have nothing to combat what I was. Yeah, okay, let's go.
Your head is empty and full of soup.
Well, my brain's growing. My body was not my body for a bit.
Aster,
Yes.
have you ever heard a cat like jump up and try and bat at the door handle?
Yes.
That is what
Kuri
you're
has
hearing.
experienced a cat opening a door, so yes, I understand fully.
Terrifying. Thank you. You hear that from the front doors. It sounds like two little paws. Just that
It's just
that
no-
that.
like these doors?
Yes.
Just walk up, no hesitation, pull them open.
There's a baby with with 2 bags of chips in his mouth.
What? Where were you?
Ruh.
Right. No, I'm not using my speak with animals for you today. Go to Flex. He just got home.
Ruh.
Wait, and like he stops. Are those bags for us?
Ruh.
Are those bags for Lex?
Ruh.
Hmm. I
And
know
then
I'm
he
gonna
just-
regret asking this because I know Helia won't get this. It's not anything illegal, is it?
Slow look up from a child. Ruh.
Response of someone who knows rattles.
Just the ruh. And keeps
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah, soft.
But sassy
head
is
pat.
what the fuck do you think?
Yeah, just a soft head and good boy. You know, and he like turns to Helia. One day, that's not gonna be the weirdest thing I say to an animal, and when that day comes, I want you to find the closest metal chair and knock me to my senses. And then continue
No.
No.
Wrong person to ask, but thank you for your kindness.
So before we go on to the next scene, Lance, what are you doing?
What time of day is it?
It's cresting into like lunch territory, early lunch territory. Around 10:30 to 11 o'clock.
And this is like the day after I got thrown into the wall 54 times.
No, it's been a couple of days.
Okay.
Been a couple of days.
I feel like Lance is just now waking up.
Naturally.
Very much not a morning person.
I have said before you got here that it's very likely that you left your phone on during a like 24-hour long live stream that ended 2 hours ago.
Well,
You made the joke it was Beyonce.
well, okay. Listen.
I'm just making Lance and Nia at this point.
I gotta drop that. First thing first, probably like close out the live streaming app, the Kingdom Hearts Twitch. Actually, well, would it be more akin to Twitch or would it be more akin to like YouTube?
They canonically have Instagram. So I don't. It's like Twitch is not off the table. It's just they canonically have an Instagram account on the actual game.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
It's an Instagram reel.
I woke up halfway through, fell back asleep. Just gonna peek his head out.
I'd say you're
Don't-
waking up just as Aster and Helia are leaving.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Just slowly trying to sneak over to the kitchen. Opens this door. See Razz
Razz is
at the
having
end of
floor time with the bird.
closes the door, decides he's not that hungry. Tries to close it quietly, you know?
Roll stealth.
I'm gonna laugh if I get a 1. So,
Not too bad.
but also
Well,
not.
I mean, yeah, you have an 18 passive perception there, Raz. You see it. You see the door open, stop suddenly, then.
Very loudly. Good morning, Lance!
Startled drop of a phone. I don't know what you mean. I have definitely been awake earlier.
I'm sure you were.
You enjoying floor time?
Yes, would you like to join me? She says, perching the bird.
I should probably eat first, and then I will join at the first available opportunity.
Oh, food! Food! She is getting up. Food!
I hate to say this. My brain just went to Reese's Puff. Reese's Puff.
Eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Yeah.
That ADHD mood of suddenly forgetting that food is an important thing.
Literally.
Yeah, Nia.
Fair, deserved.
Deserved and given.
Just gonna scooch past.
A whole other side of the corridor and you scooch past.
Well, I assume Razz is like sprawled out. Like all
I
across.
love you guys so much.
I'm glad that you know her like that.
Pauses halfway to the kitchen. Turns back around. Just, do you want anything while I'm over in there?
Yes.
Are you gonna tell me what?
No. Something. Something is all that I know.
Russian roulette it is.
Yes. Maybe caffeine.
I'm just gonna grab Actually, what is in the fridge?
What's in the
As far
fridge?
as-
You guys are the ones that go shopping.
Hmm.
I did
I-
put a list of things that you could cook with in the Moogle shop for a reason.
I had the worst idea.
Mm-hmm. Like that's a thing you can do. You can just choose to have a cooking day, and like that's a thing you can do.
You know those like weird flavored sodas? Like the really, really out there flavors?
Yes. Like pickle flavor.
Yes. Exactly
Gross.
like pickle flavored.
Gross. Thank you.
I
Lance
beg
is
to
gonna-
differ.
I mean, to be fair, Razz didn't specify what caffeine drink or food item. So
I
Lance is
think
just gonna grab. What was that?
I was gonna say, I think at this point she doesn't care.
Lance is just gonna grab a thing of ranch soda, a hard-boiled egg, and just wander back.
May I offer you an egg in these trying times?
Gonna split the egg in half. Offer one half to the bird, to Junebug, the baby, and then hand the ranch soda to Razz. Caffeine.
Disgusted squint before like taking the whole drink to the face, like just cracking it open and just chugging it to get it in her. Just afterwards.
Oh.
There's this certain little tiny baby who is trying to hold the half of a hard-boiled egg in one talon and just nom. A smart baby, but struggling.
Razz is going to take the liberty of shredding the egg for her.
Oh, delightful. That is mom. That is mom now. Razz, you are considered mom. Thank you.
Perfect.
What, like Razz wasn't already?
That's a chocobo. You
And
bitch.
your point?
Other than that, you're a bitch anyway. Sorry, the inner Roxas in me came out to Demix.
Takes one to know one.
We're not getting into this debate. But yeah, you guys are having floor time. Is there anything that you would like to discuss, Razz and Lance?
Apart from where the fuck did that soda come from? Not I can't think of anything right now.
What, did you not like it?
It was.
It sure does. It sure is something.
Oh yes.
It sure tastes.
It's something. It is. It sure does taste. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a whole, like, 4 others sitting in the fridge.
You don't ever give me one again. Please.
Oh well. Next time you gotta give me something to work with. Other than just caffeine.
It did the job. It did the job. I don't want it to do that job again.
I have a question
I mean-
for you, actually. The both of you, because you're probably the ones that feed Junebug the most.
Shoot.
What have you been feeding her?
The greens you spoke of, chocolate and lots of table food. Meat.
A lot
Yeah,
of
we
protein.
need a carnivorous chocobo. Yeah, that'll work.
If I don't know if chocobos eat meat at all, but
But I mean,
They're omnivorous.
okay.
so they can eat meat.
They
Good.
choose not to.
Ah,
If they're
It's up
raised
to-
from birth with eating meat, then they don't care. Which is why I'm just like, yes, a carnivorous chocobo.
Yes. Basically, if Razz is eating something and Junebug shows interest, they're both eating it.
They're both eating it until your chocobo's fire turns blue.
Yeah, basically, and then that's a problem for future Razz.
Naturally. Naturally. So is there anything you guys would like to do?
just veg. Veg out. Just vibe.
It's a very meaningful conversation. Okay. So Aster and Helia,
Yes.
Helia,
Hello.
where are you guys going?
To see Miss Gwen.
Get the
What
disappointed
specifically,
mom
Ben?
face for his actions.
Well, he can't get it any. Well, that's super dark. Never mind.
Nice. By the way, I want you to know when you said disappointed mom look, all that happened from Erin was, that's just her face.
Ren.
It's her face. She can't control that. Don't be mean to her. And then just getting squish cheeks in response and just like, don't be mean. And he's like, I'm not being mean. You're the one who has a disappointed mom look every day of your life. Bullying. Bullying the girlfriend.
How dare you bully the girlfriend? How dare?
It's okay. Erin's used to the doghouse.
My love!
Damn, that wasn't even Gwen. That was.
It's so instinctive. I'm so sorry.
Completely
Hey.
muffled.
That was so instinctive. I apologize. In both versions of Erin, used to the doghouse.
Stop
Anyway.
that.
Fritz Bottle, stop it.
So, my computer is going on the fritz for a little bit, and I don't know why. I might have to call it here and let my computer rest because I've been doing a lot. It has been about an hour and 45, if I recall correctly. Which is short, yeah, but my computer will die at some point. Because I can't see any of my tokens.
It's not good.
Yeah,
And you tried refreshing the page?
twice.
That's no good.
It might be Roll20 being on the fritz today, because I know the eclipse messes with with technology. It did last time.
There was also a solar flare, so
Yeah. Today's been weird.
Yep.
Like, I currently have a migraine, but it's like a weird kind of migraine.
I just got a ringing in my ear. That's what that just happened.
I think we should relax for the night.
Okay.
If anybody wants to do a one-on-one or two with me, that's fine. Because I know this is a short session.
Oh.
Hey, Cherry. Oh, right, BRB. I'm gonna try one more time to see if it'll work. Nope, still not working. Cherry, are you back yet?
Nope. Doesn't seem like it.
I did made a slight error because I know a good number of you use music to connect with the scene. My intent with sending the music that I did for Avery was to intentionally make it a little unsettling and disjointed, but I realized that might have been a bad idea. Like, it wasn't intentional to make someone upset, it was just, it's supposed to be disjointed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not supposed to match, so to speak. But I know a lot of you use music or some version of sound to connect to the thing that's happening. So, it might have been on me. For the record, if you want to know what I sent during that.
I also apologize if it was a bad time. I just saw it, but I don't know.
Oh
if
no,
it
it's
was
fine.
in my brain, or it just felt like.
There was no bad time to visit Avery. aside from like when Avery and Salem are not going to be there / be on vacation. But that's not going to happen for like another year or so in game. So honestly, you guys caught them at a pretty good time. That song, that background music that I sent was for Avery.
That's incredibly jarring.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
It was also
I
very
think-
loud when I pressed it, so you know.
Yeah. It like if it's on low volume and in the background, it's supposed to be a little disjointed is what I intended.
Yeah.
So that might have been on me. But God, why do I have a migraine? Oh right, that's because I was out in the eclipse too long. But yeah, I think when Cherry comes back, we'll call it and just get some rest for the night. Because I think that's easier to do than force ourselves.
Okay.
Ren's, if Cherry, if you can hear us, Ren's computer is throwing a fit.
Absolutely dying on the spot.
Yeah,